Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone is well. So in this video I'm going to focus on the concept of set notations and Venn diagrams. This will be a part 2, a sequel of the previous video. So in this video I'm gonna focus more on and specifically on the topic of Venn diagrams and how you can deal with relations between sets through a Venn diagram. So don't forget to watch this video till the end, and let's jump straight in with the calculator intro. So if we look at a new problem within the set notations and Venn diagrams medium level problems, if you look at number 5, the number 5 deals with the concept of Venn diagram. So what is a Venn diagram? So briefly, a Venn diagram is a visual representation of sets and the relationship between sets. So it represents with a visual representation. So the problem 5a says A, B and C are 3 sets and the intersection between A and B is null set. B is a subset of A. So you have to complete the Venn diagram. This is an incomplete Venn diagram, so you have to complete the Venn diagram. So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool, so let's say this is the universal set. Now the rectangle as represented in this incomplete Venn diagram is the representation of the universal set. So this is the universal set and there is a circle within the universal set. So this is a circle. A circle, this circle represents set A. So the information given is A intersection B is a null set and C is a subset of A. So there is another set which is B and there is no common between A and B. So the common is null set. So there is no elements common between A and B. And another information given is C is a subset of A. So C is a subset of A. So how do we represent the B? Because there is no common, there is no overlapping, there should be no overlapping between A and B. So B should be something like this. Let's say this is set B. So this is the representation of set B and C is a subset of A. A subset is kind of a set within a set. So if C is within A, so it should be something like this. This is set C. So this is the visual representation with these two conditions and this is the complete Venn diagram. So if you look at the next problem, if you go to 6, there is another problem here. This Venn diagram shows a universal set, this universal set symbol and 3 sets A, B and C. So if we just briefly draw this diagram or this Venn diagram, so this is the universal set which is represented by this symbol and or whatever symbol is it is. So A and B, let's say this is A and there is some overlapping between A and B. So this is A, this is B and there is some overlapping between A and B, which is this one. So there are some numbers given. So this 7 represents the number in this portion. The number given in this portion is what? 6. The number given in this, and there is also another drawing which is C. This is another set C which has the number 2. So C has 2 elements and the number represented by this portion is what? This portion is given as 3. So 3 is represented by this portion bearing C and the intersection or the overlapping between A and B. So this portion is 3. So 7, 7, 6, 3 and 2 are the numbers or the number of elements given in each portion of this Venn diagram. So you have to find the number of A union B. So the number of A union B, this should be this portion, which is A bearing the common plus the common plus the uncommon part of B, which is what? Which is 3 and the number of elements in C, which is 2. So this is the result of the number of elements in the total set, the total union of A and B, which is what? 13 and 5, which is 18. So this is the number of A union B. So problems 7 and 8 in the medium category is very similar to the previous ones that I've solved. So I'll focus on problem 9 and specifically 9A. So in problem 9A, in the set notations and Venn diagrams topic, you have this symbol which represents the universal set. This is a set of positive whole numbers less than 19. So all positive numbers less than 19 from 1 to 18. So A is a set of odd numbers, B is a set of multiples of 5, and C is a set of multiples of 4. So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool and express these notations, so let's say I have this symbol which represents the universal set. So it has all positive whole numbers 1, 2, 3 up to less than 19, which is 18. So A represents what? A represents, set A represents odd numbers. So it represents odd numbers. So what are the odd numbers?
Up to 18. 1, 3, 5, 7, up till 17. So this is the
set of all the odd numbers up till 18. So set B represents the multiples of 5. So set B represents the multiples of 5. So what are the multiples of 5 up till or less than 19? What are the multiples of 5? 5, 10 and 15. These three numbers are the multiples of 5 which are less than 18. So if I look at C is a set of the multiples of 4 up till or less than 19. So what are the multiples of 4 less than 19? 4, 8, then we have 12 and finally 16. So these are the four numbers that are multiples of 4 and less than 18. So what do I have to solve? The first part is we have to solve this expression set A intersection B prime. So what is set A intersection B prime? So in order to understand what is or figure out what is A intersection B prime, we have to first figure out what is B prime. So what is B prime? The B prime is the universal set excluding B. So what is the universal set excluding B? If I subtract B from the universal set, or subtract the elements of B from universal set, what do we have? B has 5, 10, 15 and the universal set has all the positive numbers from 1 to 18. So what will be the resultant?
The resultant will be all the numbers with from 1 to 18 except 5, 10 and 15. So from 4 it will jump to 6 and from 9 it will jump to 11 because 10 will be excluded, and from 14 it will jump to 16 up till 18 which is less than 19. So this is the B prime set
which is the universal set minus B. So this is the set of B prime. So if I do A intersection B prime, it will be what? What is A? The set of odd numbers from 1 to less than 19. So 1 3 5 dot 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 up till 17, and b prime is the intersection of b prime, which is this set that we have just figured out. So what is the intersection, or what is the common elements between a and b prime? So what are the common elements? If we look at a is all the odd numbers from 1 to 17, and in b prime we have odd and even numbers, all numbers except 5, 10 and 15. So what will be a intersection b prime? 1 is common in both, 3 is common. Now 5 is not here because it's b prime, so we won't have 5 because we are doing an intersection which is common, so 5 will be excluded. So we have then 7 is included, we have 9, and then 10 will be excluded. 10 is not in b prime, so the intersection will not have 10. So after that we have what? 11, we have 13, and again 15 will be excluded, so directly it will go to 17, and after that it's less than 19, so there is no more element. So this is the set of a intersection b prime. So this is the result of a intersection b prime. So this is the first part, and this in the second part you have to figure out b union c. What is b union c? B is the set of what? The set of the multiples of 5, which is 5, 10 and 15, and C is what? C is the multiples of 4 less than 17. So 4, 8, 12 and 16, right? So these are the multiples of 4. So if we do a union means common, both common and uncommon. So what are the commons between these two sets? There is no common, only uncommons are available. So all of these elements will go into B union C. So it will have all the elements. So 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 and 16. So this is the result of B union C. So this is how you can solve union and intersection relations between sets, and how you can figure out primes which are universal minus the set. So this is how you can solve these set problems. So if I go to problem number 12, I'll skip 10 and 11 because they are similar to problem 9. So I'll focus on 12, which is a bit tricky. So in 12a, the Venn diagram shows the universal set. So there is a Venn diagram with the universal set and 3 sets x, y, z. All of them overlap each other, and all the number of elements in specific regions, like this region, all these regions are given except these 2 regions. So the Venn diagram is incomplete and we have to complete the Venn diagram. So there are some information given, like the number of x prime is 14 and the number of z is 14. So you have to complete the Venn diagram. So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool, this is the rectangle. Let's say this rectangle represents this symbol represents the universal set. So there are 3 circles, each overlapping each other. So let's say this and this. So this is x, this is y, and this is z. So this is x, y, and z. So x, and if I just quickly give the numbers, so this region has the number of elements 7, this has 0, and this has 3, 3, 4. So 3, 3, and 4. And these 2 regions are not provided, the values, the number of elements are not provided, and except the x, y, and z, the union of x, y, z, the rest in this rectangle has 2. As you can see, this is 2. So outside of x, y, z, there is the number of elements in 2 in the universal set. So the number of x prime is 14. So now the number of x prime is what? Is 14, and the number of z is 14. So the number of the number of z, or the number of elements in z is 14. So you have to figure out this area and this area. So as you can see, this is the total rectangle, x, y, and z. So number of z, like this area, is given as what? The number of elements is 14. And what is the total number of elements in y? 4, 3, 0, and 3. So if you add all of these, 4 plus 3 plus 0 plus 3, the total number of elements in y is what? The total number of elements of y is 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 10. So we know the number of elements of y is 10. So if the number of elements of y is 10 and the number of elements of z is 14, so the number of elements of y is 10 and z is 14, and the common between y and z is 3. So this area is what? 11. So the number of elements of y plus the number of elements of z minus the common of y and z, this area, plus this area, which is also already given as 7. So the total of the number of x union y union z is what? Is the number of y. The number of y is given as 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 10. So 10 plus the number of total number of elements in z is 14 minus the common, which is 0 and 3. So which is 14 minus 3, which is 11. So this is this region plus this region is given as 7. So this region is given as 7. So what is the total number of x union, or the number of elements in x union y union z is 10 plus 11 plus 7, which is 21 plus 7, which is 28. And what is outside x union y union z? 2. So the total number of elements in the universal set, which is denoted as this, is 28 plus 2 plus 28, which is 30. So this is the total number of elements in the universal set. This universal set contains 30 elements in total. So if I dissect this expression, which is number of x prime, so number of x prime, or the number of x prime, is given as what? 14. Or what is number of x prime? The total number of elements, the number of the universal set minus x. This is, or the number of elements of x, right? So this is what? 14, right? So we know that the number of elements is 30. So 30 minus the number of elements in set x is what? 14. So the number of elements in x is what? If I take it here, so the number of elements would be what? 30 minus 14. 30 minus 14. So which is what? 16. So now we know that the number of elements in X is what? 16. And this portion is 7. This portion is 4 and 0. So what is this portion? This portion would be what? This portion would be 16 minus 7 minus 4 and 0 is 4. So minus 4. So which is what? 5. So this portion is 5. So if this portion is 5, what is this portion? We know the number of elements of total number of elements of Z is what? 14. So 5 plus 0 plus 3 plus.
So this is question mark. So 5 plus 0 plus 3 is what? Plus question mark, of course, is 14. So what
is question mark? 14 minus 5 plus 0 plus 3, which is minus 8. And this is what? 6. So this is actually 6. So I have completed the Venn diagram by finding out the values of these two regions, this region and this region. Or if you look at the Venn diagram, this region and this region is 5 and this region is 6. I hope you understand how I went through each problem and how I approached to solving these problems regarding the concept of set notations and Venn diagrams. In the next video, I'll come up with a different topic or a subtopic within the number system. So stay tuned till that, and thank you for watching this video.